You'll learn in this lesson how to make a basic crime map of crimes that have happened on MTSU's campus recently, like this one in this post from a couple of years ago. It's embedded here in this post. I've got a lead up here and a little bit of follow-up material about it. The map itself works like this. You've got links to each incident over here, and on the map itself, you see the outline of MTSU's campus and also red numbered dots that show the location of each incident that is recorded. If you click on one of the incidents like this over here, the map will jump to that particular incident, show you the location, and over here show you some details about the incident. And the overall point here is to learn how to make maps using the easy point-and-click drawing and configuring interface that's available just through Google My Maps. This is a set of techniques to turn to when you just need to make a map in a hurry of a relatively small number of things that you want to show locations for and some detailed information about. So let's get started. I've got my Google Drive open here. I'm going to make a new map and start the map here. I'll show you that in a minute. I've also got some information here. Let me call this up. Let's see. I've got some information that I've copied from a fairly recent February of 2022 police blog from the MTSU website. Every crime that happens on campus is associated with a crime report, and that report gets published online, and anybody can look at it, including reporters. I'm not showing you the actual crime log here. I'm just showing you some things that I've copied out of it. The last record note, we'll get to this in a minute, shows the actual name of somebody who was cited, in this case for underage consumption of alcohol. Ordinarily, these black bars that you see wouldn't be here. The person's name and campus address is right here for anybody to see. It's just that because I'm making a video that's going to be on YouTube for an extended amount of time, perhaps, I don't want to just permanently put this person's crime information out there. But be aware that this is public record. If you were writing this for a legitimate news publication purposes, I would definitely encourage you to include the names and personal information for any suspects who were cited or arrested or whatever. That's part of what a free press does. But let's back up and look at how to get started on this process. So again, come to your Google Drive. I've just created a new folder here just to have a tidy workspace. And you've seen this before. Click New and More and Google My Maps right there. This is going to get us a blank Google My Map that we can begin creating. And I'm going to zoom in now to Murfreesboro and find MTSU on this map. Where are we? There we are, right here. And you can't see it perhaps too well in the video. When you actually log into My Maps, you'll probably see it better. But the campus outline is very faintly visible here. It's slightly lighter gray than the surrounding territory. And the first thing that you probably want to do when you're making this map is add an outline of campus, so it's easier to see where campus ends and the rest of the community begins. So let's do that. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of get the map positioned so that most of MTSU's campus is plainly in view, and then I'm just going to outline it using the line drawing tool right here. I think this view here is going to work pretty well. All right, so let's start making that outline. It's this tool right here. It looks like a little line. If you mouse over it, it's a little text box going to pop up, and it's going to say Draw a Line. Just click once on that, and choose Add Line or Shape right there. And now your cursor's changed to this little cross right here. And the way this works is you just pick a beginning point. I'm going to go here at the intersection of Greenland and Middle Tennessee Boulevard, the northwest corner of campus. And just click once, and that drops like a little anchor point. And then you see that I can draw a line from there, and I'll stretch the line to where it needs to change direction. There's a little bit of a bend here in Greenland Drive, so I'm going to click once again, and that puts down like a little anchor point right there. And then I can draw a straight line from that anchor point. I'm going to go just a little past the Scotland Drive intersection, and it's right here that the campus boundary turns south, right there, kind of up behind Scarlett Commons. There's a little bend right there, and then all the way across North Rutherford Boulevard to the lake here. And this is that parking lot across North Rutherford Boulevard. So let's put another anchor point there, go south, let's see, and pick up campus right here. Okay, back across Rutherford Boulevard. And then, let's see, back up Alumni Drive to about here. And then there are parts of campus that are going to get kind of excluded in this. There's a little patch of land right here that's owned by campus. That's okay. But I'm going to exclude that and do this little stair step right here down to the intersection of Main and Baird, and then back to Middle Tennessee Boulevard, and then north again. Okay. Now, this is really important. When you get back to where you began the line, MyMaps is going to try to let you connect with your starting point for the line. Don't let it do that. If I were to click here, what would happen is this would form a complete polygon, and the area inside it would be filled with shading. And that's not terrible, but at the same time, it's going to make the individual points, the crime locations that I'm going to plot within that polygon, a little bit more difficult to get to in the final map. So it's far better just to have the line itself exist without filling in the area in between. So come close to where you started, but not exactly where you started, and then double click like that. And what that does is that finishes out the line, okay? And we can go ahead and give this a name if we want, but let's go ahead and do it. Let's call this MTSU boundary, or maybe campus, like that, and click save. And that just gives that line a name that'll pop up if someone happens to click on it. But now if this little gap right here bothers you, and it does kind of bother me, now that you've actually finished the line and you've double-clicked here to signal the ending point, you can go back and pick up that ending point and drop it right on top of the beginning point. And then you've got a complete closed line, but the area in between is not part of this shape. It's still accessible and so forth. So that works pretty well. If you want that line to be a little bit bolder, you can click on the line to select it. Here we go. And click the little paint can on the pop-up window, and you can change the line width right here. See, I can make it ridiculously thick if I want to. To me, that's a little too thin. I like to bump it up just a couple of notches. If you want to, you can also change the border of it. I'm not really sure I recommend this. It kind of makes it disappear, I think, if anything. I sort of like the black, but that's a stylistic choice. It's up to you. So that's how to begin at least how to get the borders of campus on the map. In the next video, I'll show you how to start adding locations for crimes to the map.